This one's for the Magic fans who love their team like we do. We do. Hey, just come and kick it right quick. Get some Magic content, and we do it just for the people. It's another Magic Minute. 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 Just in case you might forget it. Like I said, it's for the fans who scream "Go Magic!" No matter where you are, at home, in the car, whether you're near or far. One more time, I'ma tell you who we are. It's another Magic Minute. It's another Magic Minute. Just in case you might forget it.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy J Curve back in the building with another Magic Minute podcast. All right. So, we got a couple topics we want to get into with y'all today. It's our format when we doing the shoot around. We call it shoot around with the Magic Minute. Y'all getting in here with us shooting it around. You know what I'm saying? But we got a couple topics. Mexico, you want to hit us with the first one?
Yeah. So going into the season last year, there were high hopes, and ESPN does their future rankings. Last year they put us at number 7 because we picked up KCP, and it looked like Paolo's entering year 3, and we were starting to gel. Franz got his contract, so they had us listed as number 7 on that future rankings. Now we know with the injury season, everything that happened this year, even with Tatum going out, and all the turmoil in the East, ESPN's future rankings still has us as number 7 this year, same as last year. And, credit to Orlando Magic Daily, Philip Rossman Reich, for putting an article like that. But what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is, I'm going to tell you like this. I don't mind being 7 as long as they're not giving us a lower number because the East is injured. That's my personal take, because they've been talking about, watch out for the Magic because Boston is injured. Watch out for the Magic because this team is injured. Watch out for the Magic because everybody's injured. So what's left? The Wizards? No. The Magic? Yeah. So we got to watch out. So I'd want more respect on our guys. So I don't mind staying in the same position as long as we're respected.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Curb?
So do we get more attention if we bust the ranking out of the water? Because I don't feel like we're coming in at 7. I feel like it's the media as usual. They don't know much about us. They don't know much about our team. And for some teams who got reported, for us specifically, we got reported on for doing a blockbuster trade this summer, and we're still the same. How are we still the same if we made such an amazing move and had a great offseason like we did? I think it's just the commonality of the media, again, keeping us in that same boat where we've always been. But as we know, we're about to blow the season out of the water, not just because the East is down, because we've been doing our continuity for the past however many years. We've drafted all of these guys and traded a few pieces to get them here. So kind of, the last few champions are all about continuity. They keep it together and they end up winning. So, I feel like we're on that same path. I feel like this is a season we're on the cusp, if not getting to the good,
Yeah, 100% agree. And I don't know where we were, and maybe someone who's watching this can put in the comments, but I don't know who the other 6 teams were ahead of us last year, but this year the other 6 teams, there's only 2 East teams ahead of us in that ranking, and that's New York and Cleveland. I still think that we're better than New York, but of course, they made it as far as they did. So,
as a former Knicks fan, I love to hear you say that, man. I love that.
But yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, hey, did you guys? By the way, did you guys hear that Jet is on the chopping block?
I did hear that. Shout out to Brett James, man, on Orlando Magic Daily. That was crazy. Jet, as we've talked about in a couple of episodes, like he didn't really get a good showing on the court. He showed up great in the G League. As did Kevon Harris and Admiral Schofield and a couple other guys that we had on our teams before. Not to take anything away from Jet, because like I said in that episode, Jet, we know you could dance out there and we know you could do all of that, but we got to figure out how you fit into the system. Mm-hmm. But you also need to get consistent minutes. So I don't know. Don't let me, my soapbox about Jet, but I like Jet. Like
I agree on the consistency of the minutes. I think he grew a lot in the G League, but I think with the changes that the Magic organization is doing, I just don't think he fits right now with every piece that we've acquired. If he stays, I'll be happy because he's young talent, and I think that with more minutes, we'll be able to see how far he's down. But I think the investment really is on AB between the two. I think they've already invested the time. and resources towards AB. AB is a sleeping giant. I keep telling you guys, just pay attention and watch. He's been cooking. He has been seriously cooking. He's hitting the gym. By the way, our guys are back at the training facility with the exception of Franz and Tristan, who were playing over at Euro basketball, and Paulo had some prior commitments, but they've been cooking. So if he stays,
Everybody's
I'm
bought
happy.
in.
If he leaves, I wish him the best. I want to be one of the first to say, hey, brother, I wish you the best, and I hope to see you back in the city soon.
Yeah, and for me,
Call him Young Legacy, man.
Yeah, for me, it's
a
the fact
legacy
that
guy.
it's just the pieces and the moves that we made. I mean, it's just he's kind of falling out of the rotation. I mean, Jace, we got to develop Jace, and Jace has already shown even in the in summer league that he has what we're looking. He fits more of the mold of what we're looking for as far as the defensive prowess. And even though he's small in height, he got that grittiness. He reads passing lanes. He can he has that the 50-50 mindset. So I just think that like I said, I was a big fan of Jet coming in this. I'm an old school head NBA fan. So it's another Howard. It's another generation. So I love seeing him here, but it just doesn't seem like it's panning out. I hope that maybe he has a chance to maybe in preseason show that he put in that work and that he got to that next level where he fits better into our unit. But like you said, Grails is nothing but the best. I think maybe in some other place he will have the opportunity to shine. And I think that's what any basketball player, if you love the game of hoops, you don't care where you're at. You just want to play. You just want to ball out. And so I hope he gets the opportunity to ball out. I think he has a chance of doing big things. Again, I just don't know if it fits the system that we're developing here.
Side note: is it me or is Orlando becoming a hub of players who used to play here having their kids on the team now? We got Jawan Howard and Jet. We got Jason Richardson and Jace. Who's next? You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited.
Don't forget who we just said bye to, Cole.
But Greg never
Cole
played
Anthony.
for us though. I mean, former Magic players.
I would say we got a lot. We get a lot of the second generation joints.
The WNBA had us covered with Paulo and Gary and a couple other players. We had the NBA guys all over the place. So, hey man, if we're a second generation team, we're getting some good caliber, fathers that are sending their kids to us. Yeah. So they're sending us their kids in good condition. But yeah, man.
Hey guys, with that being said, we've got somebody special on tonight. Yo, Curve. Let us know who's joining us tonight, brother.
Rather than let y'all know, why don't we just show y'all? Let's get to it, man. Today, we have a very special guest with us. He's a former Magic player from more than 20 years ago, but is still widely beloved by the fans in the city to this day. An underdog story from going undrafted and grinding it out at a blue-collar job while simultaneously pursuing a professional basketball career, to a history-making player and championship-winning coach, becoming the only player in NBA history to win Most Improved and Sixth Man of the Year in the same season. A high-flying guard with some of the most impressive dunks and blocks I've ever personally seen from a point guard, a player who witnessed and contributed to the greatness of two distinctive eras of Magic basketball, the mid to late 90s and the early 2000s. He's played alongside players like Mike Miller, Horace Grant, Nick Anderson, Tracy McGrady, Penny Hardaway, Shaq, Brian Shaw, Ben Wallace, Pat Garrity, and he put the G in Magic with his grit and tenacity. And of course, the leader of the Heart and Hustle team himself, Mr. Darrell Armstrong. Welcome to the Magic Minute Podcast.
Thanks, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a great introduction. I mean, that made me feel like I was in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, man. Hey, you're always in the Hall of Fame in our eyes. So, hey, man. Thank you for blessing the platform. You're our first interview, our first guest. So we appreciate you coming on. We're just getting off the ground. But like I said, we really appreciate you doing this for us.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take it outside of basketball for a second. I have gone and been around you a few times during the years, so I know you enjoy good food, right? So
always.
in Orlando, can you name to me some places that you used to go to that may exist or may not exist? I remember you were a fan of Johnson's Diner back in the day. I know that doesn't
Yes.
exist anymore. But I know a lot of the guys who come to the team are always looking for places to eat in the city. So can you give them a few places and memories that you might have had in some older places?
Yeah, definitely. Johnson Diner. They had one of the best tender stew beef that I had ever tasted in my life. So I always used to go there. And the other one, as today and still, is Oli's. Oli's restaurant on Rio Grande, I think it is. I still go to there. That's where I go and get my chitlins. I don't had chitlins from there the day of the playoffs. I had chitlins my last year there, game 3 and game 4, and played and had some of the best playoff games I had, 18 and 20 back-to-back games, game 3 and game 4, from eating my soul food and eating Oli's and the chitlins.
No, shout out to
I
Olis.
had to use the bathroom I had to use the bathroom after the games, but
It was
damn
worth it
sure
though. It was
worked.
worth it.
It was
That took
worth
him
it.
to
It
hustle.
worked. Yeah, that was some heart and hustle after the game to that bathroom too.
No, for sure. Shout out to Olis, man. They still around too.
They still around, and every summer when I come down, I definitely, or anytime I come down, I usually have some of the ball players. Doran Finney-Smith, I always get him some chitlins from there. He's a big chitlin guy, and anytime we come in town, I always go there and get it and make sure I get him some as well.
Nah, for sure. Shout out to
Plus,
Dodo too, man.
he's a Gator too, so I got to take care of the Gators down there as well.
So I have a quick question. So going through that transition from the Shaka Penny era to T Mac Grant Hill era and everything, and then once everybody got traded away and it was kind of like a press the reset button, you were kind of the leader in the locker room, and it was supposed to be a rebuilding. There were no expectations. It was supposed to be just the lottery. Like, what got in you to say, like, I'm not just gonna lay down. I'm gonna give it my all. Like what gave you that motor, and how did you keep sustaining it through the entire season?
Well, I mean, if you know my background and how I got in the league, that was just something that I couldn't do. Maybe the organization had it in mind. We're just gonna rebuild. Getting rid of Penny was always a tough situation for me because Penny was big for me because he not only did he give up the ball, but he let me just play basketball. With a superstar like that, that was fun to play with because he can get off the ball and I can push the ball back to him, but make sure he got the ball. So that was tough for me not to see him go, and then the rebuilding situation. But I mean, I felt like I had grown as a player. Um, my first 2 years I didn't play, and then when I finally did get to play that lockout season year or the year before, when we had Chuck Daly, I tore my rotator's cuff, and then coming off the lockout season and me rehabbing my shoulder and getting back right, and thank God we did have the lockout season because that gave me an opportunity and a chance to start the season off with everybody else. When we started, I think it was in January, the end of January, we played 50-game season, and I just took off from there, man. Six man and most improved. It's still amazing to me because coming off the year before, I couldn't even hold my arm up. So, and then to go through the rehab and do everything, it just did something for me, and that's why I just say my role just made me where I just couldn't quit. I didn't believe in rebuilding. I believe in whoever we got. Let's take advantage of the situation. Losing Penny was tough, but we also got a guy who nobody really knew was Ben Wallace in the trade, and Ben came down there and became Big Ben Wallace. Unfortunately, we couldn't hold on to him, and that was just in a year. And he goes to Detroit, and um, 4-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, and so I had guys I could play with, Bo Outlaw. So I had those two guys. I knew, man, we got a tough situation here. People say they couldn't score, they're not scores. Hey man, in this game, when you win championships, you win off your defense. Offense to me is easy. You win off your defense. It's hard to stop teams in the NBA, especially when the NBA has made it where it's freely to move for the offense. You can't bump them, you can't touch them. But we had those two guys, and man, those guys was man, they was locking up. I mean, I saw Ben Wallace locking up guys, putting them in retirement. Derek Coleman and guys like that, and Derek Coleman could play. But
DC.
yeah, but I just knew we had something special. I don't know why I felt that way. I'm not a person who's going to give up, and I knew the best thing about me being in that situation and which we became the hard and hustle team was I'm the guy who's gonna start it. I'm the guy who's gonna bring that energy and that motor. I always tell people. I mean, I don't care if I had Shaq, Penny, or whoever. I'm the guy who's gonna start that engine because one, I get to put pressure on the basketball when we're on defense. I'm not gonna let you just walk the ball up the floor. That's
Nice.
that's the easy route out. I mean, I love that guys let me walk the ball up the floor because it gave me time now to get my breath and get my energy and put the pressure back on them. And two, I mean, like I was saying, pushing the ball's in my hand. I knew who to find, throw the ball ahead. Those are little things that you don't see, and those are little things that you see from a lot of the greats when it comes to the point guard position. They knew how to push the ball back. They knew who to find. They knew to throw the ball ahead to certain guys, and it just made the game so easy. And so for me, that was big for me, and that's what I did. And the next thing you know, I hear everybody yelling "heart and hustle," and to this day, we became um, uh, probably one of the best teams that Orlando Magic ever had when it comes to the fans standpoint of enjoying watching us play and how hard we play. So that was a tribute to not only myself, from Ben Wallace to Bo Outlaw, and Chucky Atkins was his first year, and the things he did, to Pat Garrity and the shooting ability that he gave us. But since we got an
He's
old
a
Knicks fan on
Knicks
on the, on
fan.
the podcast, um, it was an incredible night one night when we did have the Heart and Hustle team. We played Penny Hardaway his first night back in Orlando. It was TNT. And but what the crazy part was we had a back to back. We played at home, and then the next day we had to play in New York. So we ended up losing a tough game with with Penny coming back. We lost a close game, and then not only did we lose that game, but we traded like 5 players during the game.
Oh my gosh.
5 players during the game, and it was incredible because we went to New York and played the Knicks, which they had a unbelievable solid squad, um, and blew them out by 20 with 8 players.
Wow.
That's when you knew that Heart and Hustle team was something special. We blew them out by 20. You can go back and look at it and find it. The best moment of that when we beat the Knicks that next night with only 8 players on a back to back was to hear the fans from New York boo their own team. That was the, the best feeling.
They're
But
ruthless.
that was my mindset. So I wasn't gonna let us just come out here and just sit back and die. I have pride. I think Ben Wallace had pride. Chucky Atkins, Bo Outlaw had pride, and we put that pride to the test, and we became up 41-41 that year with 2 10 games, I think 2 10 game losing streaks. So we was only picked to win 10 games that year, but when you play hard, I always was taught from my college coach Jeff Capel. He said when you play hard, good things happen, and that always stuck with me, and that's what I try to do was lead by playing hard, and everybody else stepped into.
Yeah, I saw a quote. It was hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So
Mm,
I
yes.
think your that year is so special because I think it kind of like baked in. Like I think you really cemented that infrastructure of what Orlando Magic culture is supposed to be like. Like you brought that great and
Mhm.
determination, that never quit attitude, and it just became infection. I think that the organization from that point forward really looked at getting the right players to have that same mentality. So I think our organization now, especially the fans now, owe a debt of gratitude to you for really showing the organization this is the type of player you guys need. And when I'm gone,
Mhm.
pick someone that's just as hard, that works just as hard. I feel like Suggs is kind of like that hard and
Yeah.
hustle 2K25 right now. His
Yes.
lockdown defense, his energy just reminds me so
Mhm.
much of you. Like when he came out, I kept on saying hard and hustle 2.0. You know,
Yeah.
like who was the toughest player you had to guard in your career and why?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Every night, the point guard position is tough.
True.
It's just not one person. I think you have to look at every night. It's a good point guard coming in, if not two, a backup point guard that can play as well. So the point guard position is definitely tough. Every night, I don't give one point guard no advantage over any. But that position, you really, if you're not ready to play, you can get embarrassed. These guys,
But
you can go from this Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Stephon Marbury. You didn't AI. I had to guard AI. I still consider him a point guard, two guard. I mean, so the list continues to go. Terrell Brandon, a lot of these old school players, man. Mark Jackson, you just had different styles of point guards, big point guards, small point guard. But just imagine if I would have had to play somebody like Magic Johnson at the point guard,
whew,
which I wouldn't have
man,
played. I would probably went to the playing the two guard. But you know, it's just like I said, the point guard came in so many different variety of styles, size, athleticism, and all that things, man.
skill
Passing.
set. Yeah.
I mean, the skill set was just unbelievable. So um, that was always a fun position to play in the leadership. You have to learn how to talk to guys, find ways to get guys going, find ways to get your superstar going when they're not playing well. Um, so I mean that was a fun position.
So I
Yeah.
have a
No, for
question
sure.
for you, leading on the last two. Being from your time of when you played and watching the league today, how different do you see basketball from your era to today's era?
From my era to today's era, it's just I think the rules really has changed the game, changed the style of the game. You know, like I was saying, I mentioned earlier, freedom of movement for the offense. They don't put a lot of stuff. They don't put the 3-point line in closer one year and then check it out. So that the rules just at the end of the day keep changing, and then sometimes I think that's the difference in the game. Now they got flopping. I mean, they got flopping in the basketball now. So um, the flagrant fouls, the take um, foul where you stop the
Mhm.
break because you take a foul. Now you can't do that. I mean, so
Mm,
the game has changed so much. They say they're more athletic today players. Um, Well, yeah, they more athletic because back in the day you couldn't, you was athletic, but you had somebody always touching you because everything was physical. You can use your forearm, you can use your hand check. Derek Harper used to guard guys and with his hands up the floor. So now you have to put it on and take it off or do it.
Mhm.
But I do give the NBA a lot of credit because they've kind of brought back the physicality, especially even when we 2 years ago when we went to the NBA Finals against Boston when I was coaching with Dallas. Um, the playoffs was so physical, and I was like, man, they letting us play again, and that was fun because you had to earn it. It was
Hmm.
no it was no Shea Alexander go to the free throw line 15 times a game. No, you had to earn everything, and that was fun to see about 2 years ago, and even last year. They letting guys touch and be physical with players. It ain't all this, and I think that's where the flopping comes in when they was doing all the free movement. You can't chuck nobody when they run across the lane, and guys throwing their head back like this when they get hit because of you know, that's how that was the flopping situation. But you can do that back in the day, and they just keep playing.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't no call, but that's kind of how it's been called the last year and a half. I say starting with the playoffs last year, they let guys really get out there and play and earn their stripes, and that was fun to watch. And I thought even with the Mavs, as we got to the NBA Finals, I thought Boston was just more physical than us. They was more ready. There was more veteran, savage. They just had it all, and they had went through it a couple times where they get to the conference finals, they got beaten, then they get to the finals, and they end up getting beaten. Then they finally won it all, and you can just see the difference experience in that team. But at the end of the day, they was just more physical than us, and that's what I love about the NBA now is that they brought the physicality back.
Oh, 100%. Especially
Yeah,
as a '90s NBA fan. I mean, I saw from late '80s, early '90s, mid '90s, especially being a New York fan and just seeing the Bulls versus Knicks and just
Hmm.
just
yeah.
so much banging down low. It was crazy.
And I was a kid at that time, but like seeing it come back now and being able to
Hmm.
experience it as an adult, it's a lot of fun. Like it's a lot of fun basketball to be, seen in the playoffs and stuff like that because they don't get to do that during the season. But when they let them go, you get to see who really has it, who really
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
fight through that contact, get that and one, get that. You know what I mean? Speaking of
yeah.
fun though, I got another question for you. I
Hmm.
was one of the campers. You've done camp in Orlando for many, many, many years, and I was one of the campers who had the privilege to attend your camp for a few seasons. And this kind of ties into what you were saying earlier. I remember you always preached us about being a good player, but being a better
Hmm.
teammate, making sure you're
Yeah.
a good teammate to the rest of your team. Speaking of those experiences, since you did have a lot of ties to the Orlando community, what are some good memories you might remember from camp or from just the city of Orlando in general with the children or whether it was in the community, something that you remember from that time?
Oh man, I mean, just the bond and connection. Something I never thought. For me, my first 2 years, I wasn't playing. I had to sit and watch. I was playing garbage minutes, so a lot of the fans really didn't know how well I probably could play, and I had to be patient. I had to continue to work my tail off, and so for me, getting the opportunity to play, and then the fans just uh, enjoying and just loving the way I played and my style of played, and I used to always be called a cheerleader. I used to hate that when I be called a cheerleader. But I understand what they're saying. You cheer for your team. You don't see
Right.
that too much. You cheer for your teammates. And but I mean, and after once playing, just the connection of everything just happened from the community, doing stuff in the community, from my turkey giveaway, which I still do in Orlando before Thanksgiving. Having my child development center down there for premature babies, which I had two preemies, and I started with that. And my vice president Thomas Roscoe, who also with church, I thought it was just something special. He had a preemie as well, and we got together and just started something special in community, doing golf tournaments, basketball camps, and events to raise money for the foundation. But my connection just became like that. I mean, the kids in basketball camp, I always loved. We always used to have a fun day Friday where you got the championship games to
All Star
play.
game.
The All Star game was probably the funnest because you're playing against all the campers and they looking up to it and they ready for the All Star game to try to prove something to me or the coaches, and they playing their hardest out. But and all the campers are cheering for the campers. So uh, it was just fun. So my connection became a lot, even a lot stronger the more that once I started playing and people could see my talent and then also see the person I was not only on the court but off the court as well. With giving back to the community and then just doing what I need to do to help people and that was something always I had in my heart. Not knowing the things I was going to do, but having it in my heart, it was always fun. So for me, you know, as well, cheering for my teammates, that was big, but also doing things in the community was big for me.
That's
Now that was
awesome.
awesome. Going to your camp, I always was more engrossed in the things that were going on because of the foundation. I was a premature baby as well,
Hmm.
so like
Hmm.
that was always something big for me. I don't know if I ever got to tell you that, but like that was always something that was
Yeah.
big for me that I saw seeing it on
Uh,
the wall. I'm like, that's important, man. So
yeah, that's
definitely,
good.
definitely
Oh,
big
that's
shout out
great.
to you for that, man.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Yes,
And
sir.
it take a lot of times people just see these athletes and this and that. But they don't see what they're doing with the contracts that they get. They don't see how much
Hmm.
they give back to the community. That like had someone else had that, they wouldn't be able to make the impact that they make. Especially come from where a lot of players come. You do it to get out of a situation or to uplift other people. So you go back and want to lift everybody else up. So I love hearing stories like this because it gives maybe not fans because I think the hardcore fans know the players personally and get to know them on that type of level, but to the casuals that just think that you guys are out there getting paid big bucks just to play a game, like they don't realize that it's so
Yeah,
much more to what you guys do and the impacts that you guys really make. So man, I really
definitely
appreciate
that.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I always, what was strange and is I always love hearing about other players' stories because like you say, you always hear the negative things of you get arrested or they get in trouble or this or that, but you never hear a lot about the positives about players. And I love to hear not only just my teammates but other players off other teams. I used to have guys come up to me like Jason Terry. He came up to me, especially when I got to Dallas. Like he always appreciate what I've done in the community and things like that. When he played with Atlanta, he used to play us. So, you love seeing that, and that's something always great because in this world today and even in the past, people sometimes people just need help, and sometimes people need motivation, and that's what you try to do as an athlete because we have a lot of things that we can do. We have the platform. It's crazy that they even got the platform even bigger because now they got social media. But back in the day, we didn't have that, but we still knew how to get out there and do what we need to do for the community.
That's dope.
for
That's really
sure.
dope. So I remember you brought up that you played back in the day and one of the during that Heart and Hustle, yeah, Bo Outlaw. And I remember you guys used to do like a half court high five thing. Like, how did that tradition start? And just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's a good question. I don't even. Ooh, boy, I've been
Unlocking the
in
vault.
I've been in the league 30 years. I've just finished 30 years, so I I don't even know what high five. We might have just been doing something. Both
And
might have
you
been
would
just
start. You guys would
dancing.
start at the opposite ends and then meet in the middle and just like of course you have to get up there to give a high five to Bo Outlaw.
That's a good question. Because man, I done so much. I tell you what, I didn't even remember. Somebody put it out on the Instagram about 2 years ago, where I was in New York and I did the bunny hop doing the warm up line, and I didn't even remember that. I didn't remember that. People kept texting me and asking me on Instagram, "You must have lost a bet or something." I was like, "Nah." I don't, but I didn't remember that. But you know, but those, you always have something. That's why I don't even understand how LeBron and Kyrie and them remember all these handshakes and
Oh
stuff like
yeah,
that.
tell me about it.
And it's a different handshake per player. And and if he
yes,
played with you in a previous city, he remembers a handshake from that. That man has a
yes,
memory of an elephant.
Man,
he really
Crazy.
does. And so for me, like I was saying, I don't even remember, but I mean, I know Bo was my guy. He was one guy I could depend on. Make a quick story, quick story short. Um, 'Cause Bo used, when we played with Chuck Daly, me and Bo used to do that pressure defense where Bo would get in front of the point guard and I get behind the point guard when they taking it out full court. And we used to pressure guys. So Bo be like, yo, I'm gonna get the ball out of his hand, and then don't let the point guard get the ball back. Let my man get it, and Bo could run him down. Bo was a superhero. I think he
yeah,
was
you
a
that.
character, whatever you want to call him. He was turbo to the 25th or whatever. But Bo could, he would trap my guy to half court before he gets to half court over across the half court line. And I'd be like, man, this dude here is a superhero, man. But I never forget uh, when Bo went to Phoenix, and we came out of a timeout. We was playing. I don't know if we was playing. I think we were playing Phoenix Sun when Bo had went to Phoenix, and we came out of a timeout, and I walked underneath the goal, about to waiting for the guy to take the ball out. The next thing you know, Stephon came out of the huddle, and he got right behind me, and
Oh,
then I saw Bo run down and get in front of me, and
trade
something say, look,
secrets.
and something say, look behind you, Darrell. And I look behind me and I see Stephon back behind me. I didn't know was there. So when I looked behind, I saw Stephon back there, and I was like, and I looked at Bo. I said, "Oh, so you really gonna do this? You really gonna try to do the shit that we used to do?" Huh? And he
We
said,
supposed to be
hey, you know how
brothers.
Bo talk? Hey man, I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. I was like, okay, I see where we're
Mm.
going with this now. So yeah, but it was always, he was always fun. Him and Ben Wallace with just pressing the basketball and doing stuff like that, and then dancing for the fans when they did something good. Bo always danced. Bo probably dancing right now as we speak somewhere.
I actually went to a retirement party and he was out there and yep, he still gets on the dance floor.
Still
Got the
dancing.
moves, man.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, Darryl, quick question. What
Yeah.
what duel in the league today do you see that reminds you of yourself and another teammate on and off the court with that kind of energy?
Um. Ooh. That's a good question. Um. I would probably have to say, because I can use Penny or T Mac, would be as a guard would be Dort from
Okay.
Oklahoma, and what's his name, Shea Alexander. Just like T Mac and Tracy. So I'm sorry, T Mac and Penny could score, and but for me, it was that's how I would pick the ball up and defend, and same thing that Dork does for OKC. He picks the ball up and defend, and then he waits on the double team to come on Shea Alexander and wait in that corner. I used to go to that corner because I know Penny and T Mac was going to get double team, and I used to be like this: swing, swing. I was already in my mind, the ball's coming, be ready to shoot and knock him down, but to me, I think those two guys kind of remind me because Dort don't mind doing the dirty work defensively. I mean, it was crazy, but I don't think I got a lot of credit for my defense, especially late in games. I used to, I know Doc used to do it all the time with put me on TV. Whoever's guarding T Mac or T Mac was guarding late in games with the last 5 or 7 minutes of the game, he would put me on that guard. That way T Mac could concentrate and do his thing offensively. And I was a lot of times, played a bigger guard. And so I think that's what Dork. Even though Dork is bigger than me, he can play guards. He can play bigger guards, small guards, um, and he gets the job done, both ends of the floor. So I think that was probably the duo that kind of remind me of me, T Mac, or Penny, either one of those two.
Yeah, I think with like you mentioned, especially during that time when you were playing in the Heart and Hustle era, there was no social media, so you were at the mercy of broadcast media and stuff like that. You're at the mercy of them. But I think like if you were playing now, I think you would get the recognition for the type of defense you're playing because people will be able to see the clips. It'd be instant. We play a game and immediately go out there because even nowadays the Magic are still underrepresented. We know what we
Hmm.
got. We know the players that we got and what we're capable of. The rest of the world is just starting to figure it out. The rest of the world is starting to see how special Paolo is. And
Yeah.
that's why I think these interviews are so great because it gives people who are watching NBA today go back and check the YouTube. Look at the old Instagram clips. The highlight reels, and look what Darrell Armstrong was able to do.
Telling you,
And like you
we've
playing
been telling you
back
guys. We've
then,
been
how
telling
you
y'all.
play now. You know what I'm saying? Like you were ahead of your time. I think.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, but it's fun to also watch um, guys like what is his name, Suggs.
Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, the defense energy that he plays with and the energy he plays with no matter what. And that's somebody you got to be careful with. You don't play around with the basketball. He's a guy who probably can get in the passing lane. Even if you make a pass, he still can get in the lane with his hands. So I mean, you need those little things like that. Unfortunately, I think what he got hurt last year for y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't finish the
Yeah,
Yeah.
season.
knee
You know,
issues.
that's yeah, that's a big person to lose because I think he does it for y'all, especially defensively. Even though he might not get the credit that he deserves, but I think he gets a lot of the credit. So for his defensive energy, but um, so you have to see this year. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But the Magic they have something special. They working on something good and they got the pieces. But at the end of the day, you got to stay healthy. No matter what team it is, you have to stay healthy. And we saw it throughout the playoffs this past year with uh, you know, what's the name getting hurt from Boston?
Tatum, yeah, there's a flurry
Jason
flurry of
Tatum.
a Achilles tendon tears.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Dame in Milwaukee, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, what's
Got him
Hansberry?
girls on the Magic Minute.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
We got a
our
guy
boy
over here
Gavin Grails also got an
on our
ACL
team.
tear.
We dealing with it.
Yeah.
y'all got one
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
I tore
Torn
my Achilles.
Achilles.
Oh
Well, you
man,
tore your
sorry to
Achilles.
hear
Oh
that.
my goodness.
Sorry to hear that. And yeah, because that was one injury I would say like, man. I was hoping I wouldn't have because the way they describe it, and especially you saw it in the playoffs when guys go down and you don't see nobody around them. The first thing I always think about is Achilles tear, and
Mhm.
so I saw that a few times, and I'm like, man, he tore his Achilles. He tore his Achilles. Um, and you just can see it. It's crazy because I remember I asked Dominique Wilkins because I knew he tore his, and we played together in Orlando. Uh, and he was like, "Man, it just feel like somebody hitting you with a bat or somebody kick you in the back of your leg, and you look back there, ain't nobody's back there, and you like, what in the world going on?" And so that was the scariest thing for me. But Hopefully you heal and get back. They still
Yeah,
got
man.
hey, you can't miss no podcast, so you good right now. You still
Hey,
doing your
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. I'm golden.
thing.
Yeah, man.
You're
yeah,
I've been
not
but
like
we
the
working.
athletes. You're not day to day, and you're not put on the
right.
injury list. You still good.
Come on in, man.
That's right.
I still
But
got to
yeah,
show up. I still got to show up and do my part, and I'm loving it.
That's
So
right.
You're
yeah,
doing your
you still
thing.
gonna get
That's what
minutes.
it
You still gonna
counts.
get minutes on this team, man.
Still gonna get the minutes. Ain't that something?
The magic minutes. Hey, let's go.
Hey, there you go.
So
So
yeah, we
yeah.
brought up Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs is also like yourself a football athlete as well. You
Hmm.
played college football as well. And I know you also have other talents outside of basketball. So I wanted to ask you. I know you're a bowler and a golfer as well. Is there anything a special talent that you might be the best at or better at than basketball and football and things like that outside of those two
Uh,
skills?
well, even with football, I mean, when I played college, I just did kicking. I was a kicker, but probably like I'll be telling people like my 10th grade year, I was a hell of a wide receiver. I mean, I scored 6 touchdowns, but nobody even think I played any kind of position. Everybody like a kicker. I never forget. I never forget. We played in Indiana one night, and I was with New Orleans. My first year with New Orleans, and Peyton Manning came in our locker room. He knew our head coach, and Baron Davis, and I don't forgot who it was. A couple guys in there, and Baron Davis stood up and said, "Oh, wait a minute, Peyton! Hey, Peyton Manning, Peyton, is the field goal kicker a football player?" And Peyton said, "No." Oh my God. The boys just ragged on me. And I looked over here, I say, "Yeah, he talking all that junk right now, but he be holding hands on the sideline when they need that field goal, that three points to win, don't he? He be
Hmm.
holding
Right.
hands on it."
Hey,
But I
Right.
for
thought that
real.
was the
We've seen it the
funniest
last two
thing.
weeks already. We already seen the
Yes.
kicker could win or lose the game, man.
Oh man, it's been some incredible things today in NFL. We don't see twice. I saw twice today. Teams kicking field goals and they get blocked. Even for the Eagles, they ran one back at the end of the game to stop LA Rams from winning.
That's
Blocked
wild.
it
That was a
and
wild
picked it
comeback.
up and ran it back. And then the Jets did Tampa like that today to take the lead. But fortunately,
Crazy.
Tampa came back and won the game at the end. But yeah, so that field goal kicker is something special.
Yeah, especially now
Uh,
they're kicking like 65-yard field goals like it's
yeah,
nothing now. It's
yeah, they
crazy.
they they
The
kicking.
Bills
They
did that to
definitely
the
kick.
Dolphins the other day. That field goal changed the game completely.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the Dolphins. I don't watch the Dolphins.
You don't want to
they,
touch stuff like that.
hey, they
I'm from
struggling. I
Miami.
don't watch.
I'm from Miami, man. So I got a son
Condolences.
that loves football, and we watch the Dolphins game. I told him being a Dolphin
Yeah,
fan is gluten for punishment. It's like it's
it,
hard. It's hard being
it's
a
tough.
it's hard being a Dolphins fan.
It's tough, but they'll get back. You just hang in there. They'll get back.
But yeah, so like Kurt was saying, you're like a man of many talents, and then you did coaching, been an assistant coach for a while. Like as a coach and being a former player, what's one thing that frustrates you that you see anytime like a new player gets drafted or something? Like what's something that you have to break a habit that you see consistently?
Well, I mean, I feel like and this is me. I feel like guys don't work and study the game. They don't understand. I always felt like this, and I still feel like this to the day. Is AAU basketball has kind of messed up our kids in development because everybody just grabbed the best players on the team and put them on there. They don't practice; they just go play. You gotta work on your craft. You got to get in the gym and practice your left hand dribbling, your left hand layup. A lot of kids don't do that. We teaching kids sometimes when they get to the NBA
Wow.
stuff that they supposed to learn in high school and college.
Yeah, I'm
So
a, I'm gonna take this clip and I'm gonna show my 14-year-old. He picked up a basketball 18 months ago, and that's the thing is he just practices on shooting and stuff like that. I'm like, you gotta get the
yeah,
fundamentals down, the learning how to dribble both hands, learning how to look up
mhm,
while dribbling, so you're not looking down every time because you got to see the field, especially if you're trying to
yes,
play a guard position. Like you gotta take everything in and
yeah,
really study what's going on, study film, and learning who your opponent, what their habits are, things of that nature. So, yeah, I see it
and
from
mhm.
the like a middle school going to high school, but I didn't think that they're like you have to teach them that even at the professional level.
Oh yeah,
Some of them
you
don't even
teach
know
them a
what the
lot.
mic and drill.
You teach them. If you can't do the mic and drill, you don't need to play basketball.
Hey
But
man, hey
hey,
man.
but yeah, you teaching a lot of the young guys today how to be professional. We all got to learn how to be professional. Even for myself, for me, I had my first year when I got to Orlando. I signed the last 14 games of the season, and we went to the NBA Finals. So I had a chance to see a lot of that, even as a young team with Shaq, Penny, Nick Anderson was probably the vet, Horace Grant was the vet, and other guys. But I had a chance to see how to be professional, the things how to work, how to work the system and how to work to get better. I already knew that, but I mean, it never stopped. And for me, I think people take practice for granted. The one thing I used to love about practice was once I left practice and I'm preparing myself for the game, is when I left practice, I was ready to play. I'm already playing the game in my head as I'm driving home. You know, from leaving the practice facility in Orlando, going to my home over in Metro West. I'm already playing the game in my head. I'm already know, okay, this is how I got to guard AI, or this is how I got to make sure, I make sure I got to get Penny the basketball where I need to get him the back. It's just little things like that. The game is just not go out there and play, because it doesn't happen like that. Getting better, it doesn't happen like that. You gotta have a vision. You gotta have a vision. You gotta have a vision, a dream. You gotta see stuff. See
Right.
stuff that other people can't see, and that's what makes professional profession. Professional is that they see things and they visualize it and they do it. Um, some people don't know how to see it and do it. And for me, that's why I always prepared myself. Was making sure when I left practice, I was ready to play. Because that's the worst feeling to be, is in a game and you're not prepared or you're not ready. You know, those things are scary, because that player you might be playing against, he's ready. He's
Yeah.
blowing by you. He's doing things that, wait a minute, I didn't know he could do this, or because you're not prepared. And so for me, that was my main goal, was making sure, not only was I was getting better, but I was also prepared, and I knew where I was going and how I was going to get there, and it was always first hard play hard, and know everything and know the system and know what you're supposed to be doing. And that's very important. But everybody thinks to be a good 3-point shooter, you just go out there and just start shooting. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to put in the work. Everybody think being a good passer is just throwing passes or look away pass. No, you gotta complete passes. You gotta make sure you know when to throw the pass. So little stuff like that, and that's just how you get better, and that's just how you stay on top of your game. Because the one thing I always knew, every year, especially with the draft, somebody else, or with free agents, somebody else coming in here trying to get your minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else, they bringing in somebody in here. I knew all that. I knew Doc and them will bring guys in to to try to get me some rest. But that, a lot of times you can't rest me if I'm playing well and changing the tempo or doing what I'm supposed to do, getting guys the basketball when they're supposed to get it, and when the timing is right and doing all those things. And it's hard to put you on the bench. Even when I got my first playoffs, Chuck Daly. I'm sorry, Richie Alabado. I'm sorry, I apologize, Richie Alabado. When I finally got my first opportunity to play, once I went in the game, Richie kept me in the game for the rest of the game. Through halftime, and come right back out. He started me in the second half and played me the whole game in the playoffs against Miami. That's an unbelievable feeling to have a coach do that for you, and he rewarding you for that. I think that's the biggest thing I got rewarded for, uh, playing hard and playing the right way, and not only that, but making plays. Whether it's passing, defense, shooting. I got rewarded for playing well. So those are things you look for, especially when you are a player that's not a starter. I wasn't a starter. I was a reserve player, but I was getting rewarded, um, starter minutes in the playoffs, which was incredible to me.
Do you think a lot of what you did in practice, like showing up in practice and giving your 100% in practice, is what they saw to trust you to put you in game time situations?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, practice is definitely was something good, but at the end of the day, I still like even when I did the playoffs that year, and I'm never forget, some of our guys was just struggling, and that's part of it. Some of our guys, the vets, was struggling, and somebody needed it, and Penny was playing his ass off. So somebody needed the help. So my first two games, and that's what back in the day when we had the first round was five games, it wasn't seven games.
Yeah.
And the first two games we got blew out by Miami by 30. And so for me, I'm just sitting over there anxious and waiting. And then game three, I finally got the opportunity to play, and I got rewarded, for my play. And then from there, the last three games that we played in there, because we end up coming back, and tying the series and going down there and losing in a close game in game five. But I was rewarded every game because from the way I played. And it's no better feeling that you have when you're being rewarded because of, um, the production you're doing and putting out on the floor and helping your teammates and helping the team. That's no better feeling.
Okay.
100%. That's
I got
awesome.
some stats for you I want to go over. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of them. All right. So I have you, and this is all your seasons in Orlando. We got you for 9 seasons in Orlando, 94 to '03.
Hmm.
You averaged 11.7 points, 5.1 assists. You shot 89% on your free throws, second all time Magic percentage, right behind Scott Skiles. You were eighth in three pointers made, right behind Rashard Lewis, which is great company to be in. Um, you were sixth in games and minutes played, and you were second in steals per game, all time Magic. Also, little known fact, you were in top 20 in MVP voting two times. Uh, Number 15 in 98 99, and number 13 in 99 2000.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I had to do a little information
Yeah,
grab real quick, just in case you ain't know what you did. This is what you did in Orlando, man. You did a lot,
that's
so
that's impressive. I didn't know a lot of my stats.
top
I
tens.
told I'm old, man. I just finished 30 years, so I didn't remember a lot of it. But I mean, what was shocking to me was the MVP voting, which I know I got a fifth place vote, and I got a vote one time before. But once again, I
Hey,
say, if you play the game the right way and you put an impact on the game, especially when you're, a starter or coming off the bench, I think it is even more impressive when you come off the bench and you put an impact on the game. So you know. those 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 some stats that a lot of kids can hear, and if they saw me for my first 2 years, they probably wouldn't believe that I was up there because I had to sit and watch my first two
And
years, and then my last seven.
that's why I wanted to bring it up. Basically, let people know like your story is one of truth. When you tell us you grinded it out, you started from not playing and you averaged your percentages and numbers were in top tens of all time Magic stats in a few
Mm-hmm.
categories. So everybody, make sure y'all pay attention. Darrell is the embodiment of heart and hustle. If y'all don't know,
Hmm.
that leads me to my next
Appreciate it.
question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said in the intro, you played with a lot of Magic players over your time. So take yourself and throughout the entire Magic from beginning till now, if you could take four other players with you to play against anybody for the championship, Game 7, who you taking?
Ooh, man. Well, I'm damn sure taking. Uh,
We all on the edge of our seats right now.
I,
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. I'm damn sure um, taking Penny and T Mac
Oof, that's a deadly duo right there.
at the two and at the three. You can alternate it however you want. I'm a I'm a I'm a I'm gonna take, even though he played 1 year. I'm gonna take uh I'm gonna take Ben Wallace at the four,
Oof.
and then I'm taking. I don't care what you say. I'm taking that big boy, Shaquille
Oh,
O'Neal.
prime Shaquille. Woo.
Who would say
I'm
anything
taking.
about that? Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm taking Shaquille O'Neal, and it's nothing against the white because you can go either way. But I'm taking Shaquille O'Neal because he found ways to get to the NBA Finals.
Mhm.
Penny has been to the NBA Finals. Ben Wallace has been to the NBA Finals and won it, with along with
Mm.
Shaq and T Mac. They would teach every boy. Oh man, you can't ask, man. I don't put me on the squad. I I want to put my
Six
point
man,
guard.
six man.
I want to put my point guard as Jameer Nelson. That's what I want to put
Oh,
my
go
point guard
ahead.
at.
Oh wow.
You know,
Okay.
so that don't put me. If you put me on that squad, I gotta be the sixth man. Just keep it in there.
Respect, respect. And this is
Mhm.
episode 6. How divine is that? It's six
Yeah,
man episode 6. Let's go.
yeah,
Yes, indeed.
that's hard and
But
hustle. Willing to sacrifice, yo.
yeah,
That's what's up.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah. You
awesome.
put
That's a great
it's
lineup.
definite.
Yeah.
But that would be my other four. I would take other five. Like I say, I put Jameer. He had a hell of a career with Orlando, and um, done some special things. I mean, getting to the NBA final as well. Um, and making the All Star team. And it was crazy. I just started coaching when he made the All Star team. I think three of them made the All Star team, but he tore his shoulder against us, Dallas
Oh,
Mavericks.
really?
Yeah, in Dallas. Yeah, I mean not Dallas, but it was in Orlando, I think it was. And but yeah, I would have to put him in place of me because I think he's done a lot of. And I know I've done a lot of great things, but I think he would he'll be special with that group, and he can shoot.
Okay.
He's a
Hmm.
bigger guard. Um, then
He was
Penny is
stocky
a lot
too.
of
He was a motor.
He's
He's
a
a
body.
motor.
yes, yeah. And see, a lot of people don't give these two a lot of credit for their defense. It's T Mac and Penny Hardaway. They could play defense.
Hmm.
I don't know if
The
everybody
length.
understands. With T Mac came from Toronto, he was more of a defensive player. Then they found out his last year, he could score, he could do his thing. But those two can defend, and that's my thing. I don't think a lot of people understand and know. They see so much of their offense that those guys is 6'8". Yeah, I think Tracy might be 6'9" or something, but they could defend. And then you put another guy, like I said, as Ben Wallace, as a four-time Defensive Player of the Year, and you put him with a Shaquille O'Neal. Oh my God!
Who's
Uh,
scoring?
So I think
Who's
I think
scoring?
Ben Wallace knew his role. Like Ben Wallace didn't need to score. He scored when he had to score, but he let rip Tayshaun,
Yeah.
his Wallace brother,
No, I meant from the other team. Who's scoring from the other team? Nobody. They can't
oh
score in
nobody,
this basket.
nobody's getting
Ben,
through.
Shaq, T Mac. No, ain't nobody getting no anything. My second
And
question though,
yeah.
what jerseys are y'all wearing? That's what I
Oh,
want to know.
old school. Old school. We're
Yeah,
Okay.
gonna wear the
blue
old school
pinstripes.
pinstripe. We're gonna wear um we're gonna wear the black ones.
I
Black
love
one with the
Okay,
those.
white,
I
okay,
love
black one with the
those.
white pinstripes.
Got
yeah,
the like the highlighter blue trim on the way. Woo! I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
that was
then
dope.
and then
What's your
and
thoughts on the
then
rebrand?
um I like them. I mean, I like them. They almost like the old school look, kind of
Hmm.
old schoolish. But the logo. I mean, I I didn't know y'all had a new logo. Be honest with
Yeah,
you,
it all
because
got
I
revealed like 2 months ago, 2 3 months ago.
yeah
Everything just they
Yeah.
was like, oh, we're doing this whole new thing.
yeah. I mean, unless I was playing with the Magic, then I knew I would have knew that they had a new logo. But when you don't play with them, I was looking at shit. That looked like the old logo. But then y'all said something. I watched the one of the episodes, I think one or two, and y'all was talking about the logo, the new logo, and I think it was two.
hmm
And y'all said something like behind you, Jarvis, it's the star. It's like a tail. Yeah, it's like a
Mhm.
tail. And I didn't realize. Oh, yeah, okay. It did have a little tail or
A
whatever.
tadpole sail. Yeah,
This
Yeah,
is a shooting
little
star.
tadpole. Yeah, yeah. So, but I don't know. I definitely the pinstripe is always going to be my favorite. It's original. I wish they would have just keep them. Don't
Mhm.
do like Boston. Boston hasn't changed uniforms forever.
Mm.
Keep them. The Boston uniforms is just unique. They plain, but they're unique.
Yep.
Um, and I thought the pinstripes were, ooh man, it was something special. Especially when we played what year was it? It was the 50th anniversary, and they had the NBA logo in gold. You remember that? You don't
Mm.
remember that?
hmm
You
hmm
remember
I
that? They
don't
had the
remember that.
NBA
Yeah.
logo that
Yeah.
year in gold. The other one was special was 9/11. They always when we wore the flag on it,
hmm
a little flag, red, white, and
Yeah.
blue. Not a flag, it was a
It's like
like
a
a little
ribbon.
ribbon.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. So you know those are always special moments, special jerseys. But the pinstripe is the one.
Yeah. Yeah. But
How the
I
kids say
love.
that one has that aura. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's got that aura. It really does.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like this year, like they're trying to build, they're almost like rebuilding that Harn hustle. We got the longs, we got your 6'8", your 6'9", your Franz and Paulo who are shifty on defense. I mean, Franz is very underrated in how he pokes the ball out. I mean, he just knows where you're gonna dribble and just gets a hand in there, and then Jalen can just scoop it up. He's big on 50-50. Like that's the one thing, and I don't know, just me as an old fan it frustrates me when I don't see players like just 50-50. If you
Yeah.
see a ball, dive for it. I don't care if it's the first game of the season or you're in the playoffs. You have an opportunity that you're one of 450 of the best players in the world, and you have millions of people who want your job. So do it.
Hmm.
You're there for 48 minutes. Give them
Yep.
48 minutes of 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. It's get on the floor. I tell our guys, even when I coach, hey man, when that ball hit the floor, get on the floor. Don't go bending down, because that's how guys get hurt. You try to bend down and not go to the floor with your body. Next thing
Hmm.
you know, somebody don't chop your knees or did something. But I believe in getting on that floor, and that 50-50 is something special. A lot of teams tag the 50-50 ball. They make sure they put it in at halftime. We only won such and such 50-50 ball. The other team is out playing us right now with the 50-50 ball. That 50-50 ball is something special.
Hmm.
And you definitely need it, and you definitely got to have it.
Yeah, because effort is something each player can control is their own effort.
Yeah, yeah. Well, your effort is definitely something you can control. One thing I learned about it is everybody don't want to take a charge. You know, everybody everybody don't want to take a charge, and everybody don't know how to take a charge. So it's ways that you can flop. I used to do a lot of. I would do a lot of flopping when it came to charges because I wouldn't, especially the ones that you running at me. Once you about to touch my body, I let you touch me, but I'm falling back as well, and I'm yelling, "Oh!" and falling back and catching myself because I'm not gonna let you hit me. The hardest one I ever took was Sean Kemp, and I took that one for real. I'm over here moving my glasses because it almost like he knocked my glass. He knocked my glasses. If I would have had these, then my
Still
glasses would
feeling
have
it
been just
today.
like this. But
PTSD.
yeah, he need me. He put his knees up and hit me, and I understand that's why a lot of guys don't want to take charges because once guys starting to jump, their knee comes up and they
Mm.
hit you. They can knock the wind out of you. So guys thought I was playing, but I was like, no, let me sit here for a minute. That hurt. That hurt.
Right.
So
No,
I
for sure.
understand, but that, like I was saying, for me. 50-50 ball was always important. I don't care. I used to I dive on the floor. I don't care. Whatever gets our team going because little plays like that gets the defense going. Little plays like that gets your team going.
Mhm.
And those are some of the little things that you don't see. You might not see on paper.
Mhm.
And that's just fun to watch because when you do stuff like that, the crowd sometimes tend to, oh, that was a hell of a hustle play. Stand up. They stand up and they cheer. So, that's special.
Yeah. So I got one last question for you. It's from our guy Ash. She wasn't able to be here today, but I did want to ask you. Everybody around the league has a Kobe story. Do you have a Kobe story for us?
Um, yeah, I had I have a Kobe story, and it was incredible. And I think it topped it off to his 81-point game. Um, I was playing with Dallas, and we played. Uh, Avery Johnson was our coach. We played the Lakers on a Sunday. It was a NBC game. I want to say NBC at the time. Yeah, could have been still NBC, and or could have been ABC. I don't know which one. Um, but we play. Yeah, it was NBC. So we played the Lakers, and Kobe got 32 at halftime. So I used to straddle the court on the bench and just sit there on one knee. And the second half, I never forget this. We went in the zone, and Kobe would go to the corner where Dirk was at. He was trying to find where Dirk was at. So he ended up missing three wide open threes. But the one that he caught in front of our bench, right in front of me, and he's jugging the ball, and he's trying to pick it up, and he picks it up and he shoots the left hand
Oh
and
wow.
hits it and hits it. And we called timeout. And I don't know if anybody know how Avery Johnson talk. Hey,
Hey, hey, hey.
DA, man, DA. So we in the huddle, we waiting on Avery, and Avery come in there, man. He said, "God damn it, that damn Kobe Bryant, his goddamn left hand better than mine." And to top it off, he had 30 in the third quarter. He had 32 in the
Oh
first
my
half. He had
gosh.
30 in the third quarter. He scored 62. 2 weeks later, and the crazy part was he scored 62 at the end of the third quarter. He didn't play the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So they was beating us pretty good. 2 weeks later, he goes for the 81.
So thankfully you weren't Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose and Charlie Villanueva. Um, but the reason he gets the 81 because I never forget Jerry Stackhouse wasn't playing that day, and Stackhouse was in his suit, and Stackhouse touched me. and he said, "Hey, DA," he said, "I'm glad this game ain't close because he might score 100 points." No, that's how easy it was coming for. He said he might score 100 points. 2 weeks later, he scored 81 against Toronto in that same building. And the reason he got 81 was at the end of the third quarter, they was down. The Lakers was getting beat. So he stayed in the game and ended up getting 81. Woo! That that 62, that 62 looked like 100.
He
I,
said that was enough.
I
That
can't
was enough.
imagine that 81.
Oh
Woo!
man.
Oh,
But I never forget. Stackhouse tapped me and say, "Hey, if the game was close, he might get 100 today." And I
Yeah,
remember I
man.
told you he missed 3 wide open threes in the third quarter and still had 30.
Left-handed three.
wow.
That was an awesome start.
Yeah,
Legendary moment. That's crazy.
yeah.
Well,
So
Darrell,
we
we're
was
gonna
glad.
wrap it. Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying we were glad to get out of that building. Let's go home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bye,
after
Kobe.
60.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. See
I
you.
heard I heard through grapevine you're a Cowboys fan.
Mm.
Oh, you a Skins fan? Okay,
Yeah,
okay, there we go.
that don't look like no cowgirl. They got
Oh.
their tail whooped today.
He said, "How about them Redskins?"
How about the Redskins?
Oh man, you think
Commanders
you're gonna
playing
come
tonight.
back in time?
You gotta be a Giants fan.
You know I am.
We whooped up on y'all
It's
this year
been a rough
too.
couple of years, man.
Oh yeah. Y'all about to play in a minute, so I'm about to get off here and go watch the game in a little bit.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Darrell, we really appreciate you stepping on here and giving us some stuff I've never heard, anybody's ever heard. So we really appreciate that. Like I said, we're starting up, so definitely thank you for blessing us with this
Yeah,
interview, man.
I
We really
really
appreciate it.
appreciate it. I
Appreciate it,
love the
fellas,
stories.
and
I love the insight you gave us.
thank you.
It was everything I thought it would be. I really thank you, man.
I appreciate it, man, and definitely good luck to y'all. Blessings to y'all, and continue to keep growing. Y'all got a good situation and a good show, and just keep doing your thing. All right.
Thank
All
you.
Absolutely. So
right, thank you.
let's get Darrell to take us out too. So you've been here. We got Curve, we got Grails, we got Darrell Armstrong, you got Mia Mahiko, and this has been another
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 Magic
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 Minute.
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 Magic minute. I was about to say
Yes,
Let's
moment.
sir.
go.
Minute.
Thanks a lot, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank y'all, man.
Appreciate
Y'all
it.
welcome.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very
All
much.
right.
All right.